Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, depending on where in the world you are. I see that we have a fantastic spread of geography on the call with people from all over the world plugging in. So it's a great pleasure for me to welcome you all here. This is Dan Anderson, your one and only CEO of this business. And it's been a few weeks since I was on here because I've been broiled down into meetings and different high-level things going on. It's kind of I'm fundamentally a networker, and I'm fundamentally a salesperson, and I kind of hate bureaucracy and administration and what have you. But we do what we have to do for furthering the cause of Leo. So all of that is going fantastically well, and there will be some big announcements coming through very shortly. But in the overall scheme of things, what is really refreshing is to see how the business and the leaders and the corporate teams are just in, how shall I say, that they're just following the direction, the vision, and what we're doing so far. So one of the things that I was really looking forward to on this webinar was to share with you just 2018 so far. I kind of like every now and then to do a bit of a stock take, to sort of sit down and see where we are, where we've come from, and what we're doing. Now, we as a company, we are over our first flush of youth. We're 6 years old now as an entity, and we've done incredibly well, but that's not the time when you sit and rest. That's not the time when you kind of just sit back and relax and say, yeah, we're 6 years old, that's so cool. That's the time when you intensify your efforts to go to the next level. And 2018 so far has been absolutely remarkable. I kind of tasked the team to put together a couple of slides to help with this webinar here, and it is absolutely nuts what Leo has done. And what you'll notice is that it's not just one person, it's a whole team of people driving this business forward. So in 2018, we launched an annual global new day in the calendar, Digital Currency Day. And in the top right-hand corner, you can see me and Mihir presenting a check to a member of parliament from Newcastle in North England, where she is making a donation to a local school or college of £10,000 from the LEOcoin Foundation. So that was very, very cool, because that, again, foreshadows something that I think is very, very important for all of us to remember, which is that we are an education company. We're a training company. We're a company that lifts entrepreneurs by expanding their brains one at a time, if you like. In 2018 so far, we've launched the brand new office in Hong Kong. The picture on the left-hand side of your screen there, it's absolutely fantastic office, and done according to Chinese traditional ways, and it's been very auspicious and lucky for us, and it's been very, very good for the Asia Pacific region. We've also contributed to communities in Africa through Leo Crowd, where David Johnston, our GM for Leo Crowd, actually went out there and got his hands dirty, if you like, in the mud, and drilling wells for, I don't know, it's something like 6 or 8 communities where they had no water, and now, thanks to Leo Crowd, they do. We launched in 2018 an all-party parliamentary party group on digital currencies as its topic. This is an APPG. This is a way where every party is represented to discuss and lobby for important things. So our advocacy, our work in the Houses of Parliament in the UK is now coming to a place where we are actually able to influence the government. We're actually able to fight for this very, very misunderstood segment and sector called digital currencies. So very, very pleased about that. And also this year, just recently, when I was in Pakistan, we achieved a Brand of the Year award for online education and e-learning. And this was presented to us from the Pakistan Chambers of Commerce. So all the chambers of commerces in all the cities and communities of Pakistan have a central body that represents these thousands of organizations. And that organization gave Leo, Humanitas Meritus, the award for e-learning as brand of the year that in 2017-18, and this was presented to me by the finance minister of Pakistan. So again, this is something that our Pakistani members went absolutely crazy for, because it's just such a nice endorsement and such a nice stamp of authenticity, if you like, in the market. While all of that's been going on, we've also been flying the flag in terms of our Momentum tour, in terms of events that we've done. We've been in Turkey and Istanbul. We did a cruise in the China Sea. We've been to Africa, to, well, more than 2 countries, but certainly in Abidjan in Ivory Coast and in Cameroon most recently. We did an executive trip to Nepal, the top of the world, where we went to Mount Everest. We did live seminars all over the place. Here's just 3. We've had 3,000 people live seminars in Pakistan. We've done loads of live seminars in different places of the world, but certainly we did in Cameroon, in Finland, and in Manila. We did a crypto expo, or rather, Mihir Magudia did a crypto expo. And then, of course, we did the global annual conference in Mauritius just recently. And again, the corporate events and the things that we do over and above all of the projects, over and above all of the programs and products and things that we're creating for you, we're also doing these events. We've launched an upgraded version of Smart 4 that's been very, very well received by people. They think, oh, this is modern and funky, and it kind of now it does what it says on the tin. So there'll be more enhancements and development of that coming through shortly, but that's been done in 2018. We finally got the Directors Program uplifted and enhanced so that it sort of does what we wanted to do for the leaders that we want to support. With the DMS is taking the world by storm. Absolutely fantastic. I'm seeing some absolutely terrifying social media posts about it, but it is a fantastic product for us, and possibly one of the best products in its segment in the industry. I haven't come across anything that is as compelling as that. We've been working on the Leo Gold, and the gold savings product is now incredibly close to being launched. So the connection to digital currency and gold is now becoming clear, because this all then feeds into day 7, that together with banking, gold, crypto, and another 4 major areas of our business will come together into something that can potentially be absolutely revolutionary. So this is 2018 so far. None of that would be complete without mentioning the thing that I'm the most proud of, which is Chafil. We went to Nepal. Nepal is a beautiful country with absolutely beautiful people, the kindest, most gentle, sweet. I mean, they were just lovely. I don't want to patronize anyone, but it was just a real kind of big trip in my life to go to Nepal and see this landlocked country in a difficult political situation, surrounded by powerful countries, and the people are so genuine. But of course, education is the thing that's going to lift this country, and especially educating of young children. So Camilla in our UK office came across this idea of using the Leo charity to build a school in a small community called Chafil in Nepal. And if you look in the top left-hand corner, you see this beautiful vista and this beautiful view with our school perched there, that Leo is the 100% funder for. In other words, there's a community now in Nepal where their children have a place to get education. The first year's education costs of running the school, in terms of salaries, in terms of logistics and overheads, is also paid for. So there's a community there that think that Leo is absolutely fantastic. And this, for me, has sort of sparked a bit of, I don't know, I've got a bit of a bee in my bonnet. I've got sort of this persistent thought that we need to do this now more. We need to sort of educate the children to become entrepreneurs, how shall I say, if you want to make a difference to a community or to a country, you focus on education. I think that you focus on education of children, and this for me is something that I could get really, really passionate about, to the point that we're thinking that we're going to launch a pilot project where we actually create a school-based product within our direct selling program, where people can purchase, if you like, a contribution to a school, where their funding of this goes into our compensation plan. The people who go out there and generate and generate, how should I say, investment into a school being built in a rural community could actually then earn a commission on that. And it's something that's never been done in direct selling before, and it's something that I think could be phenomenal. Also scary, because there's an awful lot of logistics with running schools and what have you. So I want to be very, very responsible. But as an organization, all of our members are very, very keen to chase success, and all of us want to be successful, and usually the measure for that is just the financial commissions that they put in their pocket. For me, it's more than that, and we need, as an organization and as leaders, to be socially responsible and give back in some small way. Now, obviously, we will do more and more of this sort of work, but if we can do good work in this sphere of children's education, and we can actually create those basic building blocks, then I would be a very, very proud and happy man. But 2018 was done not just by corporate programs and corporate events and corporate work and focus. If you look at what our members did, this is just a small sampling of member events out in the world, across dozens and dozens and scores of countries, where people promoted Leo, invited people, and just shared what we believe and what our vision is, and sometimes with a corporate person there, sometimes without, and I think this is kind of just testimony that none of us get there on our own, and certainly the company can't get anywhere without its members doing its work, or their work as well. So thank you all for that hard work, because all of this happens by leaders, people who see what this can be, and who engage and drive and try to make something happen. And network marketing has, I love that quality of network marketing, where you can make something happen no matter who you are, where you come from, how much or how little money you have. You can build a network marketing organization and be successful beyond most people's wildest dreams. And now, it's not easy, it's very, very hard, but these people here are people, just a small cross selection, and if you're on there, congratulations. If you're not on there, it's just because the team put together some random photos. But these are people who are our partners. These are people who are the members, who are the heart of our business. Are some of these people here, and of course many hundreds more, but without them nothing happens. And I think that the validity of Leo is that we have something that people can resonate with. We have something that is more than just making money. This is more than just a compensation plan. We never kind of talk about that stuff. We always talk about the good work that we do, and our leaders resonate with that. So 2018, we're in June now, the first few days of June, so we're not even 6 months into 2018. And those few slides that I just shared with you shows you the things that we've done so far this year. We have a phenomenal corporate team. We have a phenomenal executive team. We have a phenomenal field leadership team out there, who's out there driving it to make this happen. And many companies would struggle to put together a 2-year picture book like we've just put together for you there. And that's just 5.5 months in 2018. The next 7 months will be absolutely mind-blowing, and we'll talk about that a little bit further forward. But first, we start with Zhi Yi Zhang, or Zhi Yi, I think, Zhi Yi. This is the brother of one of our big leaders in China, Miss Shang, and he's an absolutely brilliant guy, such positive energy, doesn't speak a word of English, but I've met him many, many times, and somehow through the language barriers we still communicate, and he's just one of those guys that you're really proud to have in your business. He's kind of maybe not 7 foot tall, but he kind of casts a shadow like a giant. So very, very pleased to see him going to marketing director just this week, and I know that he's going to go all the way to the top. This is someone to, over the next few years, keep an eye out for. So congratulations to you, Mr. Zhang, and look forward to seeing what you do with business. And I look forward to seeing who's going to be on the list next week, because there's more and more big pins coming through. The other thing that I want to share with you is that LEOcoin has now been listed on a new cryptocurrency exchange called Piyasa.net. And the key thing about this is that this is a Turkish exchange. It's not kind of one of the biggest ones in the world or anything like that, and it's got good functionalities, and it seems to have good security, but it's kind of not, it's certainly not Bitstamp yet. But what it is a exchange that accepts Turkish lira and Bitcoin. And it's kind of part of the market expansion that we are making now in Turkey, where we've been pushing and supporting the Turkish market for a long time, patient, waiting for Turkey's time to come. And I think the Turkish time is coming now, because this country that's the bridge between the Middle East and Europe, and connections into Russia and all the stans, the final destination for the new Silk Road that China are building. Turkey's future is going to be extraordinary, and it's nice to see that we can drive awareness and promote LEOcoin in that market as well, because this is something that will catch the imagination there as well. But again, it's endorsement too that LEOcoin, while it's not taking over the world by storm, it's one of the most stable cryptocurrencies out there. Now, all of us are salespeople, all of us are networkers, we don't want stability. But on the other hand, if you have stability, that in itself is an amazing story in the volatile markets that are cryptocurrencies. So I think that we can all, again, be very, very proud of what we have there, because we have something that is not hanky-panky. We have something that is real. We have something that exists, not just as a conceptual story, but something that we will do in the long distance future. No, this is there, and it's there right now. The other thing that I'm very excited about going forward into the next 6 months is people working hard to qualify, of course, for Brazil. The Brazil event is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. So between the 1st of May and the 31st of October, you can get a free ticket by introducing a new person and helping them become associate by the end of October. This is something that you would do anyway with a new person, so this gets you the reward that you deserve for helping a new person become a leader in our business. You can earn more than one ticket. If you want to take your entire family there, you can do more. I know that people are working on that. At the moment, 23 people have qualified for Brazil already since we launched this in Mauritius, which is again absolutely amazing. But Brazil is one of those bucket list places. It's one of those places that I always wanted to go to, and when I went there I realized why I always wanted to go. Rio de Janeiro, which is where our conference will be held, just on the outskirts, has some of the most iconic scenery, some of the most iconic vistas, some of the most iconic things that you didn't know was Rio de Janeiro. But when you go there, you see why so many films have been filmed there, why so many famous people talk about it, why everyone is just, their minds are blown by Brazil. I can say that from personal experience, because when I went there and I saw the Cristo statue and I saw the Copacabana, and I haven't seen the carnival yet, but we will have our own carnival when we go there. But just Brazil is one of those places that at the end of your life you will say, yeah, I went to Brazil, yeah, I went to Rio de Janeiro, and I did that with Leo. And if we can do that for twice as large a group as we did to Mauritius, we will have a very, very cool momentum in our business, because that's what we are planning. We want to take a full 700 people, maybe even a few more, to Brazil, and we want this to be the family holiday of a lifetime for you, so that if you want to get your wife and your family there, and we will find a way to help you do that through qualification and what have you. So Brazil, very, very cool. The other magical place that we're going to for the executive trip to the 5th, between the 5th and the 9th of October, is Morocco, Marrakesh. Now, Marrakesh is again one of those places that is a name to conjure with, and you have the souk, the market there. You're on the edge of the Atlas Mountains. You're close to the Sahara Desert. We will do a balloon flight over the desert when we're in Morocco. We've been there and we did one leadership meeting there with some of our top directors, and the whole experience was so magical, and a beautiful country again, absolutely fantastic. So need to qualify for executive, get there, watch, if you want motivation, watch the videos and the testimonials on Leo TV, and you need to put that extra effort in so that you lift yourself up to this level so that you're an executive. And if you already are there, then you need to speak to your people like that they need to get to executive so they can get this trip. And it's kind of good for them because it teaches them to build the right momentum, build the right energy into their business, because nothing happens unless you make it happen in this. And this is why we create these incredible carrots for you to drive yourself forward. Now, the DMS, as you know, it's been a very, very successful product for us. It's really capturing the imagination of people. It's something that is very much of the times that we live in. Most people have heard about Bitcoin, they don't understand it. We go out and we educate people about it, and so this product is really fitting the spot. And if you look at what the rewards are, we want you to be careful in social media, because we are putting together digital currencies together with direct selling, together with Bitcoin, and if you mix these 2 or 3 things up, in some markets it's absolutely fine, it's absolutely regulated. In Europe, no one would have an issue with this, but in some of our other markets, these are more terrifying for the local stakeholders. The banks, the payment solutions providers, even the governments are very nervous about cryptocurrencies at the moment. And the last thing that you need to do is to promote this in a crazy way on social media. I am telling you, as a leader on this call, you need to be responsible when you're out in social media shouting in rooms and you don't know who's listening and how they can misunderstand what you're saying. This is not something that we want to promote on social media. This is something that you want to educate people about, ideally one-to-one, face-to-face meetings, because this is something that is difficult. And people would look at it and they will instantly judge it. And if you're not there to actually educate people in the correct way, you can get into all sorts of trouble. So we've seen some very enthusiastic posts in Facebook and other social medias about an absolutely genuine product that we've asked people to take down. So do not do it, because you know what it's like. It kind of turns into this hype land and this kind of bullshit land, and we've got to be very, very careful about that. I'm not saying that we are doing anything in secret, but it's something that is ripe to be misunderstood, and it's a powerful story. Share it responsibly. That's what I'm saying. Now, if you purchase the DMS during the month of June, the contract will start on the 1st of September with your reward due at the end of September. If you purchase it on the 1st of July, it'll be another date, but that's the date that we're sticking with at the moment. So that gives you sort of a bit of a timeline and a deadline to push towards. Now, we've also done things on the Leo Crowd platform. We're still pushing there. We're still doing everything we can to build the momentum on that platform. And David Johnston and his team was doing a phenomenal job. As you can see, we're always out there in kind of the new entrepreneurship space. This is not network marketing. This is not MLMers. This is small people, small businesses, entrepreneurs, innovation, kind of startup land, where we are positioning Leo Crowd now. So David Johnston did a Dragon's Den style appearance and event where startups were pitching their stuff, and there's a great deal of enthusiasm in London at the moment for new startups, and being part of the digital economy is something that's very, very exciting for many, many people. So we promote this all over the place, and it kind of gives us good optics, it gives you good marketing collateral, but it's also starting to get its own good momentum now. So we are actually now becoming experts in this space, if you like, and marketing crowdfunding consultancy to would-be entrepreneurs who are just so grateful to have someone to come and help them hold their hand. So in that sense, we're actually acting as a business incubator. Someone's got a good idea, never done business before. Suddenly, Leo Crowd has expanded what it can do to help them take it forward. Another thing that I was very, very pleased to see this week was our Canadian team orbiting around Stone, who is our wonderful leader up there. I don't quite know what it is, why Stone is always surrounded by these attractive Chinese women as the only male in the picture, but he had a VIP join a Toronto meeting from CoinSquare Wealth. This is Amelia Zheng, and he made a connection with her, and Stone and his group are very active builders of LEOcoin community. They've done things where they've created a sales channel for merchants to put their goods up for sale only using LEOcoin as the payment method. He's also pulled in this lady from CoinSquare, which is Canada's most secure cryptocurrency platform, and LEOcoin, with a bit of luck, will be listed on that because she was very impressed with what we're doing. Wendy Lee, our GM from Hong Kong, will be going over there now in July, and she will have meetings to see what we can do. But again, this is also part of the building of LEOcoin into more and more platforms, reaching more and more people, with obvious positive benefit for the Leo business. So very, very cool, and well done, Leo Canada and Stone. Now, we're also pushing lots of PR and social media all the time ourselves. We have a very, very active advocacy and PR strategy going on, where led by Mihir Magudia, the one and the only, and speaking as and writing as the managing director for the Digital Currency Foundation. He put out a very, very strong article about blockchain and the new entrepreneur, basically repositioning and talking about what we talk about all the time, that if you're into entrepreneurship, if you want to be an entrepreneur in 2018, if that does not include blockchain, you're a few years behind the times. I don't think that blockchain is done yet. I think the next 2 years is going to see the most spectacular growth, and any entrepreneur that wants to be part of 2018, 19 and 20 needs to also be keeping a keen eye on blockchain. So he's talking about technology, he's talking about security and transparency and business costs and all of this, but this is innovation that LEOcoin is part of, that the DMS is part of, that Leo is part of, that we are very, very proud to be able to talk about with any journalist in the world. The other thing that we're working hard towards is the UK Leaders Summit. This is for the first week of September. This is where all of our leaders that qualify for this, and I think that is done now. I think we have just under 200 people coming to the UK as our guests to come to the headquarters to go and be VIP'd at Stonehenge, at Blenheim Palace in London, in Oxford. We're really going to give you a good time in the UK to really sort of share with you that while we are a global brand, while we are a brand that is very, very proud of being multicultural, at heart we are a UK company as well, and that's something that's worked very, very well for us. I mean, thank God we're not American. Excuse my language. I don't want to speak dirty on this call, but we're very, very. It's working very, very well for us to be a UK brand and a UK company, because there's a lot of goodwill for us out there, and there's a lot of good brand space as a UK company, and the Houses of Parliament is all with that, and everywhere I go, people are very, very pleased that we're based out of the UK. So there'll be some office closures for holidays in June. Ivory Coast on the 12th, UAE or Dubai for you and I, and Turkey on the 14th. And on the 15th, Ivory Coast, UAE and Turkey is also having an office down day. The 18th in China and Hong Kong, the offices will be closed for that 1 day. So I've given you notice, and let's move on. So call to action. Get the sales moving on DMS in June for the people that want to get a September reward, even though it's at the end of September, I understand that. But that's the deadline that we're working towards. That I know what you're like. That means that you'll be doing very little this week and next week, but then on the last week of the month, you'll do lots of, well, I don't know. That's how we work, isn't it, as networkers? Make sure as well that you push in your organizations awareness and promote the gold, because remember that the Leo Banking project and the Day 7 has a big play on digital backed gold, gold backed digital, and stored value accounts where your balances can be held in either one of those things, because I think this is the most exciting thing about the Day 7, that we are mixing the old, safe, traditional thing called gold together with a new, dynamic, fast-moving, exciting, modern blockchain technology. So you need to be promoting that, and to sort of just gradually raise the education levels in your teams about why gold and why Leo and why the savings product, because that's coming very, very soon. And in order to participate in that compensation plan, you need to be a product of the product so that you don't get the people crying to you, oh, why didn't I make any gold commissions? Because you didn't buy a gold product. So use the gold pack and the DMS kind of together. It's a powerful package. Qualify for Morocco, the executive trip, qualify for Brazil. We're soon going to be coming out with some announcements about, I think we want to do another executive trip for 2019 in Nepal, so we can go and visit that school, so that we can go there for their holy holiday, and I'm looking forward to that as well. So there's things going on. There's all sorts of plans, because if the first half of 2018 was amazing, the second half will be even more extraordinary, because then when we do the year that's been at the end of 2018, you will see that this was the year that we broke through. This was the year when collectively, it wasn't just Dan Anderson and his vision, but Dan Anderson and the executive team and the management team and the field leadership team, where together this small army moved Leo to the next level. So this is Dan Anderson saying thank you very much for your kind attention. Very, very nice to be speaking to all of you all over the world, and I look forward to hopefully being on the call again next Monday, my diary permitting. But been great to share with you some of my thoughts, and I look forward to seeing you all right at the top. Thank you very much indeed, and over and out.